Okay, so in this project, we have so far the code creating the joints here. So we have all these floating joints. This gives the person the opportunity to be able to like reposition the things if it was a different shape or a different type of character. It still needs all of the same limbs and the same number of like fingers and everything like that at this stage. But right now it is able to create it, and then we can move these around to reposition it for the character. And then once they are repositioned, we can set up a parenting system, and we can align up all the joints, because right now the orientation for all of these are based off of the world. So we want them to line up correctly. So let's select all these joints here. And let me check this for one moment. Hello? Okay. And now that we have that set up, we can start working on this script a little bit more. So right now we have all of this joint creation happening. So what I want to do is set up another script. Actually, let's leave all those spaces in. Okay. So this is, let's add some comments here really quick. So this is going to be the center joints. This is going to be the left leg. Then this is going to be the left arm. Make sure we comment. Left arm. Left hand, and this is the left thumb, left index, left middle finger, left ring finger, and this is going to be the left pinky. And since I wrote finger on all of the rest of the ones, so it's right finger on the index finger. Okay, so we have that, and then we defined a function down here, which is basically clearing the selection and then creating the joint. We're going to add more onto that later. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So we're going to add more to this script later, but we are not needing to do that right now. What we need to do is create another function. Here, so let's define that function, and this function is going to be parent joints. Okay, so now we have to basically go through and define. So this is going to be kind of similar to what we did with the other one, where we want to go through the whole chain, but we're basically going to do a parent or mc dot parent, and in here we have to tell it the two things we want to parent. Let's comment this out really quick and run this so that we have the joints. It doesn't like that I have this here, so I'm just going to write pass so that way it works. Basically it was like a function with nothing in it because we only put a comment in it. So if you add pass, then it will work. Okay, so basically what we need to do, oops, there we go, let's save this, is take one joint here, or take this joint and parent it to this joint. And we're going to do that up the whole chain. So basically we selected one joint here, we selected the second joint here, and then we did a parent command. We can do all of that in a single parent command, so we don't actually need to select it. What we can do is take the name of this joint, copy, paste, and then add a comma, and then the joint that it's going to be parented to, which in this case will be this one. Okay, so let's take off this pass here. And then after we ran the create skeleton, we are going to do the parent. The parent joints command. Okay, so let's get rid of all these joints here. And then run this. We have an embedded syntax, so it's in here. Let's double check how the parent runs. So we can go to the command documentation here. Select the command, go to command documentation. And then at the bottom we should have some examples of how the parenting would work. Okay, so I'm missing quotes because it has to be a string. So we'll add the quotes in and then hopefully it should work. Oops. Okay, so now let's play this. No, that's correct. Oh, I have a colon at the end of that. I don't need that. Let's try this again. There we go. So it creates all of the joints. Right now I don't have the command that calls this. So let's select all of these joints here. And then I'm going to say parent joints. And then run all of this. And here we can see that it did parent it together, which is what we want. Okay, so I'm finding that I need to select everything and delete it every time, which is a bit repetitive. So what I'm going to do at the top of the script just because we're working on building the script. We can delete it later if we need to. But so let's try mc dot select star JNT, all in capitals because it is case sensitive. And it needs to be in quotes. And let's see if it selects it. There we go. So you can select all the joints that way. And then mc.delete. And we can run it that way. There we go. So we get a clear scene with no joints. And we can continue on with the script. Okay, so now that we have that clearing every time, we should be able to run this. Well, we can run everything from here the first time, and then we should be fine. You know what I'm going to do to make this a little bit easier so that way I can just focus on that is create a new shelf. Call it rigging. Oh. My rigging project. There we go. So I can highlight this part here. And then middle mouse button, drag it to there. Now I can delete this from here. And if I want to run all this, it runs fine. And then if I want to clear the scene, I just go there. Okay. So now we have all this set up. Now we need to make sure that we go through and finish the parenting. So we're going to go to the waist to that joint. So let's copy this and I'll paste it. Then this is going to be the first one, and this is going to be the second one. Then I can copy all of this, paste it, and then we're going to go from here to here. So it's going to be the lower rib cage there, followed by the waist. Okay, so let's clear this and run this. There we go. That's looking great so far. Then here we want to parent the sternum to the lower rib cage. So let's copy this and paste it. So it's going to be the sternum first, which is the object you want to parent to, and then the parent is going to be at the end of that list. Then the upper chest is going to be parented to the sternum. And let's copy these. Upper chest, sternum, okay. Let's clear the scene and make sure everything is still running. That looks great. So from here we want to have the neck and the shoulder parented here. I don't have the clavicle, so that's another joint that I want to make sure that I create. So that will end up being on the chain. But so let's finish up here and then we'll come back and we'll do the arm. We can do it both at the same time, except that I haven't created. Let's create that joint. So we're going to need another joint. Let's go to the rigging mini set, skeleton, create joint. And let's go into the front viewport. Create it about there. Create it about there. And let's make sure that it is positioned in 3D viewport the way we're expecting it to be. Close enough. Great, okay. So now that I have that there, this is going to be the positioning. So let's say 1.5, 1.15, and 1. And then let's go back into the script here in the left arm right here. We're going to add another joint. It's 1.5, 1.15, and the last number is 1. Okay, let's clear everything and delete that joint. Here it's named shoulder, so we're going to say clav for clavicle. And let's run all of this. Oh, what am I doing? Let's try that again. Select everything, run it. There you go, and it creates the joint where we want it to. Okay, so let's go back down here where we're doing all of the parenting. So we know that the neck and the clavicle is going to be parented to the upper chest. So we can take let's copy this really quick. Copy, paste. So the lower neck is what we need to copy here. Lower neck, then the clavicle, then we need to add one more, so we do a comma, put the quotes in there, which is going to be the upper chest. So let's clear everything out and run this again. And you can see that it parents both at the same time. Okay. Now we can go on to the next line. My mouse is acting up weird, so let me just use the trackpad. Copy one of these. Go down to this line, paste it. And this is going to be the neck and going to the lower neck. So let's copy that. It goes to the neck, and the lower neck is here, so I'm just going to copy it from there a little bit faster. Oops. Let's clear it first and then run this. Looks good. Then we're going from the head to the mid neck. So we want to copy this head joint. And that's going to go to the neck. And then we have the head aim and the head top left. So let's copy this 2 more times because we know it's going to go 2 more times. The head is going to go here. Then we know that this is going to be the head top. Then the head top is going to go here, and then the head aim is the last one. Okay, so let's clear everything, run this. And let's look at it in the perspective. So if we select this, you'll see that it's working. It's looking exactly the way we want. So let's go down the arm and then we'll finish off with the leg. Okay, so we have the shoulder, and that's going to be parented to the clavicle. Shoulder, and then we have clavicle. Then we have elbow to shoulder. So we're going to go from this elbow here to the shoulder. And then we have the wrist. So the wrist goes to there, and the elbow goes here. And then from the wrist, we go to the palm. So the wrist is going to be here, and the palm is going to go there. And now that we have that, let's clear it. We have it all the way through the end of the hand here. Okay, so we have it going all the way through to the palm. Now here in the palm, we have to do all of the joints here. All of these are going to go to the palm. So let's copy this one, paste it 5 times. That's 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to have the palm on this side. Oopsies. There we go. Then we need the name for each one of these fingers. Let's start off with the middle finger, because that's the way that this one is going to end up aiming. Then we'll go to index. Then we're going to go to ring. Pinky. And thumb. Okay, so let's clear the scene and run this. And we'll want to check here. We can see that we have all of the fingers attached. Now we just need all of the knuckles to each one of the fingers. So I'm going to start off with the thumb. Let's go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we did this all in separate lines for the parenting here. We could have done it all in one line like we did on this one. Oops. Just want to copy one of these lines, paste it, and I'm going to make a space so I can reference where I'm at. So we need 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then we are going to basically take this joint and parent it to this joint. So 4 is going to go to 3. Then 3 is going to go to 2. Let's do it the other way. That way we're consistent with everything that we're doing. So 2 is going to be parented to 1. So 2 is parented to 1. And then 3 is parented to 2. Then 4 is parented to 3. Okay, so let's clear this and test it. There we go. So we have that working. Now we just need to repeat this basically here. With each one of the other fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are all separated by 3s. So what I'm going to do is actually, let's get rid of these for a moment, and I'm going to copy this into another tab. So this is going to be a Python tab. I'm going to paste it here. Okay, and let's make this bigger so you guys can see it. I'm going to select it all because it's the same bit of code. I just need to replace something. So I'm going to do thumb and replace it with index. Replace all. So we can see we get that same code a little bit quicker. And over here, since when I paste it, it's going to be a little bit weird. Okay, so now I can go here and search for index and replace it with middle. And basically I just do Control F or Command F on a Mac to get to this window for the search and replace. So let's copy that, Command C. And we'll go back to the other tab. Paste it. Now we need the ring and pinky finger left. So here, Command F. Search for middle and replace it with pinky. Now let's do ring. And the casing is important. Replace all. Copy. Paste. And then Command F. We are searching for ring and replacing it with pinky. Replace all. Copy it. Paste. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. That looks great. Let's clear everything and run this. That looks great for the hand. That looks great for the whole character. So now we need to do the leg. Let's just select all of these so that way it's in the history, and we'll do it all at once. There we go. So we have all the names that we need there. And here goes the leg. Let's copy one of these parent nodes. Or not nodes, but lines of code. And we're going to go from the hips here. So the hips are parented to the center hips. Copy. Paste it. Then the knee is going to be parented under the left hips. Then the ankle. We need another one of these. The ankle is going to be parented to the knee. The ball of the toe. It's going to be parented to the ankle. And then the toes is going to be parented to the ball. There you go. So let's clear all the joints, test all of this. We didn't get any errors, and we should have our skeleton complete on one half and the center. So that's good. Obviously at this stage we don't have any position where the character can, where the user can make the adjustments. So we're going to need to, in the next lesson, add a set of a window, so that way we can trigger each action, each function when we want it to trigger, and not before. And then we can probably add this joint here, or this button, or a button to clear the skeleton somehow. So we'll have another button to delete the skeleton. So in the next lesson, we'll start creating a UI so that we can make this script a little bit more functional. Let's save this script first. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.